Hello, all YouTube. Just let me get this set up here. So it's a bit bright. I've got this new fancy pants pedal board here. It's a Schmidt Array. It's got this little folding down top section and a nice lid, so it's kind of nice and easy to transport around and stuff like that. And I've just started setting up. I've been exploring like what's going to go here and why. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to keep the King of Tone and the Clon KTR thing at the same time. But right now what I just wanted to do to get started is to get some cables going from the G2 outputs to the main outputs here, sort out the input, and then basically so I can start testing some stuff, testing some sounds, plug it into the amp, just start experimenting. The reason everything's kind of all go on this front for me right now, I'm just trying to remember to look just here, is making a record. I'm going to start a guitar instrumental record in a couple of weeks, so trying to get all my sounds and stuff sorted out from that. It's going to be a little bit of a random stream. There'll be some technical stuff. There'll be watching me do wiring and that sort of stuff, which probably not that exciting, but I keep getting asked about doing some more live things, so I thought I'd give it a bit of a go and see. So that's what's going on. I've got to figure out this. I've got this complete mess of cables just for now, which I'm going to sort out a little later. But before I go much further, I need to get that plugged in, and then a nice long cable from this distributor to plug into the G2. Where's the power supply for the G2? I can't even remember. It's on the side with the MIDI one. There it is. So lots of probably shots of my balding head as well for those of you who love to wind me up about being bald. So, you know, on ya! So that's that one. I might just plug a little cable in there for the ditto as well, because that's something I like to play around with, is putting things in the loop to listen back to how stuff goes. Although in this case the looper would need to be in the front to do that. So what do I need to do? The first thing I need to do is decide on what cables are going to be going in and out of this and how I'm going to run it. Now, just because the studio, because the way my studio is set up, most of the studio-y sort of stuff is on that side and the amps are on that side. So it's whether I run the outputs here or there. That's the first question. Definitely I'm going to go that side for the extra loops for things like expression pedals and stuff like that. That'll all be over that side. Can I please say hi Kershaw? But my name's not Jason, it's Justin. So I need to I'm just going to pop over to my main computer, which you can't see over here, to get the Schmidt wiring thing. Schmidt Array wiring, or connections I think it's called. Because basically what I have to do is figure out how I'm going to go from here, and I'm fairly sure that the black was always the, if I just go to the in-out thing, they've got a really nice list on their website. Basically there's these connector boxes. Usually you just have one, and then on the other side you'd have some sort of different patches, but I've also got these other boxes here at the back. And the idea of these boxes at the back is that if I'm testing pedals a lot, I don't always want to have to be mucking around with cables from the back of here. So I'm going to run these cables. Some of these are going to go, they're going to go from the bottom ones around the back and then into the G2, so that when the lid's down, I've got easy access to those cables at the top here. That's the idea, so I can patch those into there. That's the whole point of having those little things there. But Justin, my name is Jason. Okay, sorry Jason. I was just only kidding anyway, because lots of people try to call me Jason quite often. So I've put these pedals down. These are kind of like my essential pedals, I guess. The ones that I'm fairly sure are going to live underneath. The Eventide H9, because it's such a versatile beast. I very rarely use the tap tempo function on it anyway, and if I need to, it's mainly going to be for the studio. I might take this board out live, but unlikely. I got a Strymon El Capistan, even though I'm a bit grumpy with Strymon over the quality of some of their other pedals, having had them broken down, and they're really expensive, but I love the El Cap. I'd love to replace it with something, but I haven't found the one to replace it with yet. I mean, I could use the Eventide, it's got delays in it, but this seems better. I've got the Immerse reverberator. I was using the Strymon Big Sky, but it broke, so and it's so expensive to fix that it just peeved me off, and I'm not gonna. So and the Immerse reverb, actually I think in some ways I prefer it. Yeah, I love the sound of it. I've got my Analog Man Sunface, fantastic fuzz, really like that. Origin Effects Cali 76, which is a compressor. I've got the Klon copy, I think people call it KTR, and a King of Tone, which these two might get swapped around or something, I'm not sure. And a little TC Electronic Ditto, and then this is the G2, which is by the Gig Brick, which is a switcher, an effects switcher. So that's what's here. I need plenty of coffee today. I've got a big vat of coffee on the side there, so just let me check the connectors of what I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be using 2 amps, definitely. So yeah, guitar is always going to be black in, so my guitar's going to plug in there, so that wants to go in there, and it wants to go to the input of that. Now what you can't, well, you might be, yeah, you can see it actually. This is all of the cables off my old pedalboard, so I'm pretty much just going to be trying to find cables that fit, because they're all wired up pretty well, and for things like this, like, I don't really need, I could recut it again or whatever if I wanted to, but I think I'm kind of cool with the idea of just using the cables that I've got. They were really good, expensive cables, and I took a lot of time on making them. So it doesn't seem to make sense to spend a whole lot of time and energy on remaking them. It is, some of it's going to be a bit of a flap around, to be honest, but and you get to look at my lovely legs too, aren't you so lucky? What I could probably do with doing though is just putting all the ends together, because some of these are really long, some of them are really short, so it makes sense just to pull them all together so I can easily find the longer and shorter ones. So excuse me for a second while I do that. I might be able to take some, if you got some questions, I'm happy to try and answer some along the way. I understand that this might not be the most enthralling TV you've ever seen. Like I said, I keep getting emails from people saying, hey man, why don't you just turn your live stream on when you're doing stuff in the studio? And so I figured, well, this is kind of the things that some of you guys might be interested in figuring out. So there's a random George L cable in there for some reason. I've always used George L cables, but I moved to these, I think they're called Evidence Audio. Did you say Evidence Audio? Yeah, Evidence Audio cables for the last big pedal board build. And they're really, I didn't have any problems with any of them at all. As far as, I mean, George L's, I've very rarely had problems, to be honest. But I had no problems with any of these also. And I'm pretty confident that I won't have more problems if I stick with using these ones without having to resolder them. They've only been static on a board and then off it again. So there we go. There's all my, and this is a lot of money's worth of pedal cables, I must say. There's it's kind of shocking how expensive pedal cables could be. So I'm just going to pick one and see where we're at for the loop. If I'm that one, I have that out for now while I get these things sorted, and I want that to go right around the edge pretty much and into one. So that'll be now do I do it send and return from one? See, I was going to make that one, but that probably makes more sense for that to be number one over there. Decisions. And if I make that one number one over there, you're going to need a lot longer cable. How much lot longer cable? Lot longer cable. That's 10. Do I want to put it in 10, the final send in 10? I think I possibly do. So it can be right at the end of my signal chain, maybe 9. Yeah, I'm going to put it in 9 instead. So that'll be the send. I do want that right around the edge. Now I'm going to struggle to find the same length cable again. Fish for the return. There we go. Okay, so that's how all of the cables are going to run. I think it's going to be running around the outside like this. I don't want it to be too cramped in here because this is mostly going to be a kind of a studio board, so I don't need to get like 100 pedals in there. It might end up being that what pedals are on here now is going to be it. The power supply I'm using is the gig rig generator. It's over here. It's this box. It takes 110 and 240. I really like the gig rig system. That's the guys who make this switching system, and these are the, can't quite see them, they're hanging off the edge. I've just stuck them here off the side. I'll take more time with it after. I used to always do the power first, funnily enough, but because I'm going to have so much cabling running around here, I think I'm going to try and do all the regular cabling, audio cabling on this side, and then the power on the other side. So as long as I try and keep them separate, I think I'll be okay. So that was on 10. Now I've got a little list. The other thing I think is really useful is to have a list of stuff, of things, what's going to go where. So I need to get that up. That's a Google Doc. Where's my Google Docs gone? So guitar in, then amp in. So I'm going to go from guitar in. That's going to go to guitar in. Then send and return. See, this is where it's a little bit sticky for me right now because I am waiting. I need a splitter cable which is going to go to I think in channel 5. Because I want to run 2 amps at the same time, so I need a thing called a humdinger, which I don't have yet. I've got driver splitter. So I'm just reading the page up there. I should probably just get going with this slide. See, I've got 2 outputs here. Why do I need to use a humdinger? Why have Dan and Mick? Why not have Dan Mick? I think they're really busy. They're right now in Greece. I know them a bit. But, you know, they're busy too. So I'm assuming that's why. Maybe they don't. No, I was going to say maybe they don't like me, but that's just being silly. You know, maybe they don't. But I don't think they've never given me any cause to think that. They've always been really nice to me. So that's an output. So if that's going, that's the main output. So that would be the. No, I'll just put one output in here at the moment. I can go and bring on. Hang on. Some of this is, I could do with slightly longer cable than that though, to go to that. So maybe I'll run this one as being my, I was going to do loops on, need to find my Google Chrome thing. I just basically, I want to get it set up so I can actually start using it. So I'm not going to be running wet at all because loop 10 is going to go to the ditto, which is down here. Is that a good cable length for the ditto? No, it's too long. So I want this loop. So 10 will go to the ditto, 8 will go to the upstairs, like that, 8 will go up here, then 9 will go, I'm going to sneak it up through there, in there, bit too long. I only need, how long do I need it to be that long? Have I got a cable about that long? What about that one? Yep. There we go. This is the way to do it. Number 9 is send on the top, isn't it? Send on the top, return on the bottom. He says, hoping. And yeah, send on the top. Get around there to there. And then return from the immerse. We'll go there. Because basically I'm running. There we go. Oh yeah. There we go. It's worked out rather well. I'm going to be running the on one loop these two pedals because it feels quite clean going through it. It's not like one of them's noisy. I quite often run them together, so it does mean lifting the lid up if I wanted to turn one of them off, but pretty much if I'm running this kind of delay I can just lift it up and turn the Strymon on off if I want. And then I need a little, just a little doobie going left output into the input of that. There we go. So that's those two sorted out. Now I need to sort the output thing so I can actually, because I want to plug in and start playing with this stuff, not just talking about it. So is that going to reach the green? How's that? It's a little bit tight, a little bit longer than that. I will try and look up from time to time. Let's see if I can help out. There's exit 1. Okay, there's the green. That's a bit too long. It's always too long or too short, isn't it? What's going on with that? So it's like somewhere in between. It's too short. I probably have made life far more difficult for myself than I probably should have. Still needs to be a bit more than that. There we go. One. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, what do I need to do now is, I need to power these. Do I need a special doobie for the El Capitan? I don't know. I have a few of these. Fully gig rigged up here. This is the even flow for the H9, and so that will need a power somewhere over here. Let's pop that right. Yeah, see, this is where I'm going to have trouble, is trying to find the right places for all of these. I think that needs one of these as well. Run that down like that. There's two. I think I'm just going to hang them around for now and then worry about doing a nicer job later. Sorry if it gives anyone the heebie-jeebies seeing everything in a bit of a mess. Distributor. Let's go into that. That's alright, I'll survive, he says. There we go. Some of those, and isolated outs. One of those I'll just pop over here to the yes. So I'm very much experimenting today with this stuff. It's not like I have to try and figure it out for sure, but I'm not planning on making it the final thing yet for sure. Where was I going to pop the H9? Through this little gap here again. Seems to make sense. The big main lines over there. So need to be. And one. This should have tested this first. Anyway, definitely wants to be over there for now. One far too long. And he wants to be that long. You can come out of there as well. There's a few things that I know I'm doing that I shouldn't have, that I should have sorted out first, like putting the I should have had the stuff held down, the pedals all unconnected, unvelcroed first. But you know, things don't always go exactly as you think they're gonna, and I don't mind. I'm not actually trying to make a work of art kind of a pedal board, just a functional one to make a record with. It's kind of the idea anyway. But we'll see, I might change my mind halfway through. That wouldn't be unusual for me either. So the idea, if I can get things roughly in place, some of these cables I might end up going back through and shortening them or lengthening them depending on what's needed. Changing the routing of stuff there almost certainly is definitely going to happen. Okay, so that's working, and that's working. I've got guitar in and I've got amp out. So what mode am I on with this? Nothing, there's no pedals in the loop. Okay, so let's see, how am I gonna, there's a guitar. Guitar might come in handy, actually it's plugged into the Kemper right now, we don't want the Kemper really. Let's grab another cable off the floor, and I'll patch this into the, oh, why is that making so much noise? That'll be the Kemper cable. So I said that I was going out to the green, didn't I? So I'm going to plug, excuse me, covering up my phone for a second, guys. And then, this is probably like the most hodgepodge way of doing it of all time, but I don't mind. I'll survive. We'll survive. Okay, so now I'm just popping over behind where you are. You can't see this, but I've just turned on my my aux box, and the aux box and the Victory V40, and now I need another guitar cable. Someone said there, stick to acoustic, but it's like, yeah, but then I wouldn't get all of this fun. That's the thing. It says, oh, stick to acoustic, it's all mumbo jumbo and stuff, and it is. But it's really fun, and that's why I like it. I mean, I like acoustic guitar just as much. I'm just as happy sitting and playing an acoustic guitar, and I do. There's one just over here. But this stuff is, you can make some really cool sounds, and that's part of the game. At least it's part of the game for me. I enjoy that aspect of it. Not that I think that everyone should. Now it's, what is going on? That's on, that's on. The amp is definitely on. That is coming out of there and going into the green one, which is plugged into the green one. I need to select the output. I've selected output 1, not 2. I get a strange sound out of the Victory when I engage that, which is even funnier still. Let me see what is going on. Just check the amp is working first so I can eliminate where the problem is, because this is the other part of this game. There's always problems, things are always not working, at least in my studio. back in. So now let's play problem solving. So guitar is going into there, out of that little black thing, and that cable is definitely going into guitar input. Okay. I don't know enough about this. It's going to do my head in. Anyway, there's no loops in there, and see, I plugged into output 2 instead of output 1. That's why that strange noise was coming out of my amp. Blow me sideways with a rocket launcher. Let's plug that back in. There we go. Yeah, now there's nothing coming out of amp 2. It's quite a lot of reverb though. I'm just going to turn that off on the amp so that I just hear the sound of the toys. Okay, and then I popped. I said 10 was going to the looper, so 9 was going to be my reverb. And that sounds like. Yeah. So there we go. Let's just put. Might help if I tune my guitar at some point as well. Okay, while I'm doing that, any questions? If there's anyone, not sure even how I tell if anyone's watching. Oh, there's 137 people watching today. Hello. Hope you're having a marvelous afternoon wherever you are. It's going to be a bit more of this streaming stuff over the next week while I do this little record project. It's kind of a vanity record, I guess, but I'm fine with that. Something funny going on here. Okay, that's kind of working for me. So that is working in one of the loops. Whee! Now the H9. Should have been in 7 then. No, 8. 7. Working for me. But what I do need to do, which I haven't been doing so far, I've lost, I don't know where my little effective book pad is. Here it is. It's like a little notepad that I keep with effecty things in it, but this is probably a good time to write down what's going where so that I don't forget. Get my amazing 4-colour marker. So in loop 10 will be the ditto, in 9 was delay and verb, in 8 is the loop 4, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay. So let's just have a look, see on YouTube if this is actually working. Need more coffee. So loop 4, which was in hole 8. No, yeah, loop 4, and then that's the H9. Loop 7 is the H9. Okay, we're halfway there. I think 5 is going to be the humdinger, which will lead me to that second amp thing. Let's see if that's working. Yeah, it is. Okay, I don't need the sounder from that. Oh yeah, man, you guys get a full look at my legs there. Where's the Boss metal zone I sold you the other day? I don't have a metal zone, dude. Don't have a metal zone. They're just trying to make fun of me now. But actually, guys, I'll let you in a little secret. This might look like a regular coffee table, but it's full of amazing stuff. I shouldn't be showing this off really, but have a look. Oh, you can't see it. Just tip that down a little bit. There we go. So this is my favourite drawer. So it's a Shredmaster, Pete Cornish SS3, Proco Rat, Was a Delay, Pre-Chorus, the Dane, Amazing Pedal, well done Pete, the Duelist, Dimension C, the Boss One, Freeze Pedal, what's this called, Something 5, Nuts Pedal, ODR1, Tube Screamer, Digital Delay. Then over here, this is all my like super weird ones, which are all, well not super weird, actually there's a Tom Quayle dual fusion there, but an Arse Master, which is the Bass Master, but I call it the Arse Master, it's kind of funny, Twister, a couple of these Mahal, I can't remember how to pronounce the name of that brand, anyway, Red Panda, like proper kind of some trippy stuff, but then, it gets even better. So there's another drawer, whee! Told you I've got too many pedals, hey, I don't have any sort of pedal problem at all. You can just about see in the corner here, up here, all of the Boss things, an original OD1, most of the other ones are new ones, a couple of dittos, an original MXR Phase 90 Bud Box, a Bud Box Distortion Plus as well from back in the collector days, the Strymon stuff that doesn't work anymore properly, and then underneath you got another one, which is all wahs and a couple of old Electro Harmonics thing, an original whammy pedal, new whammy pedal, because I think the new ones actually seems to be better to be honest, and a few wahs. So no metal zone, I'm afraid, Andersons. I'm not sure who's looking after your channel today, but no metal zones, but plenty of fun stuff. So I'll lift it up a bit so you don't have to look at my, well, you're going to have to deal with my legs anyway. It's me, Lee. Oh, it's actually Lee. Oh, hey Lee, how you doing? This is my new toys that we were just talking about the other day. Yeah. Anyway, so that's where I'm at with the setup so far. So there's only those two set up now, and the loop to here. Now, the reason like I said, I've got these loops here is for doing quick pedal changes. So if I'm testing stuff, a lot of people have been asking for a long time for me to do pedal demos, and even though there's like, I kind of feel like, why do pedal demos when there's guys like Pete Thorne and That Pedal Show and stuff doing amazing demos? But the twist, I think, no, not the twist, to differentiate, my USP on the pedal stuff is going to be about more specific settings and stuff, like how to get different sounds as best as I can anyway. That's the plan. But I might decide that pedal demos are not for me and not do much at all, but we'll see. Yeah, so these ones, also the reason for these top ones is so when I folded that down, I can easily access these to swap pedals over, but as well I've got things like an actual old tape delay, it's just sitting up over there, and a Univibe and other things which I want to sit up on the table up here so I can easily patch them in using these things. That's part of the idea. So if I go back to look at my plan now, where is it? Okay, I stuck, no, ditto, okay, something, 8 is the patch on, that's patch 4. Then I had the H9, that's it, and then I had another patch. Do I want another patch there? This is the question, how many top patches do I really need? Do I need all 4? Do I need to set them all up now? Anyway, not really sure I do, because that's enough to get testing for this stuff down here. I need to patch in the compressor before or after gain. Normally prefer after gain. So maybe if I'm going to put that in 4. Number 1 I need for the expression volume. So one of these little jobbies over here is going to be for an expression pedal, stored in one of those, I can't remember what they're called now. No wonder gear manufacturers hate me because I can never remember the name of the stuff, but it's like, it looks like a piano pedal that you press down and it sustains all of the note for a long time. Sounds awesome, and I've wanted to do that for ages. I've got a freeze, electroharmonic freeze, but it doesn't, sounds quite electronic-y. There's nothing wrong with that sometimes, but not all the time. So in order to do that, I need a cable going all the way over there, but I don't need that for right now. So the Cali is going to go in 4. 2 will be, probably I'll put the wire at the front as well. So I just need 1. See, for the gain, I think I could do with 1 up here, because gains I'm going to be swapping around a whole lot, so it's going to be one of the first things I muck around with. So top loop 1, and I'm just going to put their gain. So I think I might not do too much more under here. I might leave the fuzz face here because I love the fuzz face. Yeah, so maybe that'll go maybe here. Okay, so I'll put fuzz in 3. So I need another, have I got another spare isolator from here, or have you used all of those up? It's like, what a mess. If Dan was watching this, I really hope Dan doesn't ever watch this. He'd be looking at this going, oh my God, what are you doing? You've got all of my nice gear and you're making a shambles of it. I'm really sorry. I'm just like, this is just a quick job just so I can start making some sounds. Okay, so I'm going to have to use some isolated ones for these, even though they don't need it. I know the origin effects can take a lot more voltage than 9. I'm just going to pop 9 in it anyway, just for now, and then I don't need the fancy things. This has got another one of those gig rig things, the virtual battery for the sun face. Gives me just one. Oop. Who's having a hissy fit now? Something just went a bit weird. Is it still working? Yeah. I can get out of there. I don't need that. That's a little bit too short as well. I should want that a little bit longer. I want to keep them all out of the way. Anyway, so that should work in theory if it's plugged in. That is. Definitely plugging in your pedals, boys and girls. That's something that you should definitely think about doing if you're trying to make things sound at all. So four was the compressor. Send. That's just too long again. Come on, have I not got any shorter ones than that? Seriously, all long ones. How did I set this thing up before? Why do I need so many long cables? That's what I want to know. There's a shorter one. Anyway, okay, so instrument, send, that can go 4, down like that, and then 4, return. Oh, come on, what are you doing, you silly thing? And then that can go like that. Is the Cali working? Yeah. Let's just test it all as I go. That Cali 76 compressor is fantastic. It's like a... yeah, the dry most of it there. So. I can't remember which way that was going. I think, I can't remember my favourite settings. Where is it? U7, Helix, Cali 76. Okay, so I don't like the audible attack. Ratio I don't want much of as well. So the release, quite a long release, so let's get those buttoning up with each other. Let's see. Okay, so that's fine. That one's done. So, and these of course are not actual like finished sections. My nails have got really long as well. I haven't cut my, I literally got back from Italy on Saturday, late Saturday, and I've been doing family stuff because my daughter and missus are going away for a few weeks. So while I do a record, so I've been mostly playing with my daughter and doing very little guitar at all, to be completely honest. But that's not the end of the world, for sure. So, loop 1 top fuzz. Let's get a long one and see how long it needs to be to get to there. So if that's going to feed there, and then right up the back, and all of the way down to here to 1. It's a tiny bit long, but only a tiny bit. So let's see what this one is. Nearly as long as that. So one, no, that's longer. It's going to, yeah. It's like the idea of shifting through all these cables is a bit of a pain, but actually it beats the idea of having to recut and all of that, because while these cables I think are really good, the whole setting up, cutting the cables thing I found to be more than a little bit tedious. I think I'll just go with that one. Oh, I'll just go with that one and I pick up 2. That's pretty helpful, isn't it? I'm saying I'm not being a very good host today. Dan is pulling out what is left of his hair now. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm very naughty when it comes to this stuff. But it you know, I'll get the job done. Never you mind. Okay, so that'll be the sand. That can wheel its way around here, and that can go into top loop 2. That's the send. Yeah, definitely some of these are going to need some extra little bit of trimming, but that's fine. I don't mind having to do a little bit of board trimming. And then that one, oops, can go off on that. That's the return, up underneath there. At least if I've got some idea of what's going where, then it'll be a bit easier to just trim off a few cables. Oh, come on, please go in there without me having to lift up there. It's going to make me lift up the pedal, of course. Sod's law. There we go. That's a little bit messier than I'd like, but like I said, I think the expression I like to use is fix it in the mix. So that there is, so that one's done. No, the ditto's not done yet. That's done, that's done, that's done. The compressor's done. Fuzz isn't done yet. Let's have a little go. Let's do some fuzz. So, how long does that want to be? Pretty short. I think I might end up having to pick up some of these anyway, I think. But that's okay, as long as I don't have to cut too many of them. So another one like that sort of length. I hope Dan doesn't pull his hair out on my account. That would make me feel really bad. There we go. See what I've got left. That's definitely thinning out like my hair. That is the only other short one I've got, so I'm going to have to do some trimming of cableage. This Evidence audio cable's genius, the way that it kind of screws into the housing, so it's like it's never going to come out or come loose. I think that's a pretty big deal and pretty important, but it does make for it to be a bit of a pain in the Harris making them. Probably not for, you know, experty type people, but I'm not that guy. I find it a little bit much like hard work. But, I mean, hard work, as I've said a million times, and I'll say it a million more, you know, this isn't the coalface, this is, you know, I'm spending my afternoon fiddling around with pedals and a pedal board, you know. If anyone ever moans about this job, they should get shot, because it's, you know, we're super lucky, those of us that get to make a living doing this music and guitar malarkey, and I don't think there's any cause to complain for anyone. Although I'm sure that's probably upset somebody already. Now there's no, there's nothing on that to let me know if I've got it or not. Just that. Oh man, that is just a lovely fuzz. Where's all my picks gone? I might have one or two picks in this studio somewhere, but do you think I can ever find one when I need one? This is ridiculous. Oh, there we go. Here's a little packet of picks. Ah. Fuzz is in. Just ordered a new fuzz actually yesterday. Quite excited about getting. I do like a bit of fuzz, me. Come on. No, I don't want to do that. What's going on? Let's just speak. Come on. Get the loop up. Oh, it looks like. Did that stop? Yeah, froze. No, it must have looked like it only just froze. I was having a low power on my phone moment. Yeah, it's back. So it looked like it was the same thing. I used loads of different picks. I just grabbed a Jazz 3 because it was what I found in there. I've just because I saw somebody mention the Jazz. So I have loop 1 and loop 4 set up. Loop 5 is going to be for the humdinger. I think loop 6 then is going to be to top loop 3. I think that's how it's going to work. And that way I can start patching things in properly. So if I get another couple of decently lengthed, which one's going to be required for here? No, it's not quite long enough. Ah, gosh. There's something about this cable that is really frustrating me. It's quite stiff, which is kind of good, but it does mean that when you're trying to get it to it's kind of, you bend it and it keeps its form, which is actually kind of clever, but yeah. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Okay, let's do that one. Top loop 2, so you can go like that, and that's going into loop 6, which is going to be there. That's the send, return, send, and there's the return. Okie dokie. Under there again. Now, this is definitely not going to win any awards. Do they make a neat pedalboard awards? Is there some sort of awards ceremony for that? If not, that pedal show should do one, like a competition for people with amazing looking boards. You could do like who's spunk the most money on a board, the most unnecessary amount of effects on the one board. You could do the neatest board. You could do all sorts of funny stuff if you had a. That's what I'd do if I had a massive pedal and effect interest. Anyway, there we go. So that is that one. I need to test those upstairs loops. So that one's patched in. Top loop 1 is done. That's top loop 1. So I've still got the expression volume ones to go as well, which are going over to here. So which two do I do? Which two colours? Green and gold, Marzi roots, red and green like the British flag, somewhere in between. How shall I do that? I think 2 of them are linked on that page. Where's it gone? There it is. Interconnected when no plugs are on the outside. Okay, that'll be the one. Yellow to green. So I'm going to go. No, it's too short. Now I need longer ones. I'm not going to have any really long ones left. Sod's law strikes again. There's a couple of ones. So, these should be fine. So that's an even longer one, which is the longest one. That one. So, yellow. And this should fit. Oops, just totally accidentally adjusted my reverb settings, but I'm sure I can move that knob back again later on. So that one can go. It can go to return actually, because it's going to have to go further. Wait. Oh. There's some funky stuff going on with the power supply already. What's going on with that then? Is it there? That was nay a good look. I think it's to do with this power cable. Well, that, its connection there. Okay. I'll worry about that later. This stuff all needs sticking down, right? So this is, I'm not trying to give you a demo of like, hey, this is a great way to set up a pedal board. This is like, I'm having a bit of an experiment, having an afternoon, trying to figure out what I think might be the best way to run this sort of setup with these top loops. I really need to cut the cables down and do all of that sort of stuff, but I'm being like ultra lazy. And I definitely, I'm not recommending that you guys go all ultra lazy either. But right now I'm so busy that I'm just of mind to try and get this sort of stuff sorted out so I can get playing guitar instead of doing too much of this stuff. Actually, it's not that horribly. I mean, the power supply is a sty. But now we've got that sorted out, that can sit up there. Again, my previous pedal boards have all been a hell of a lot neater than this. And I suspect I'll probably go back and, you know, try and neaten things out a bit, because I do think it has a lot of value to do that. So things like the expression pedal, for the H9. Where's that? That's at the back there. Then I've got a couple of these little things made by custom pedal boards, so that can go like that. Which ones are going to go into now? That's the problem. There we go. Can go in that one because having it. Oh, that's not very happy in there like that. Maybe I need that one in there. It's not high enough. Okay, so you can go. Is it going to fit there? Yep, perfect. And then that can go roly-poly around like that. There we go. There you go. There's the expression pedal for the H9, because that makes a nice difference. And then I think that'll do for that one for now. I still need a volume pedal one, so I need to set up the volume pedal. And I've only been going for how long? Oh, an hour. I've done an hour of this. Yeah, I should check in on. I'm just going to check in on the comments thing in case there's anything anyone wants to know. Neat pedal board is called multi effects unit. Yeah, exactly. I'm not really sure if there's any. I'm not seeing any particular questions. If you've got a question, briefs or boxes. Sylvester, are you a regular here with your briefs and boxes question? Briefs today, but I mix it up. Sometimes it's briefs, sometimes it's boxes. Commando, other days it's just like completely depends on the weather and what's been washed. Sorry to disappoint if you happen to be a big briefs fan. So, what else do I need? I need to run power to the top. Now, oh, and I've got to run my looper. Looper is an important part of this business, and I'm probably going to have to sit and think more about how on earth I'm going to organise my wiring here, because I definitely don't want I don't want Dan or any of my friends to have an upside down moment over the fact that my board looks so atrocious. I have got one cable left here. I know that you've got to be careful with those ones overheating. So I've got them around here at the moment just so they're flat enough. And then I'll have this one cable here which I'll feed through the top. Need to figure out how to do this top one as well, because I could totally put, is that all safe? Yeah. I could put a distributor actually on the top. The thing with the distributor that I don't like is that it's the cables are really long. They're trimmable, which is really clever. So it's perfect for this, like to make it neat and tidy. And where's the other? Oh, I've got more distributors. Hang on. I have a box here somewhere of pedal power bits. There's the patch cables. Where's the pedal power box? That is the question. Looks like there's some spare. Oh no, that's a time board. What's that one? Oh, and a splitter cable on the end of a. Oh God. It's just chaos. I need to find something to test. Well, I've got that one actually. So now I just need a couple of little patch cables and I can test these things on the top. So, because that's what I want to do now. That's what I'm feeling like doing. So I can, let's just use the clon just to, because it'll do. There we go. It's got power, it's working, so we have in there, that should come out of my little jack top socket thing here. And then the return should go there. And that should go into the out there. So depending on if things are working correctly or not. That should be in patch 1. No, 2. Yep. I've forgotten what a great pedal that is. Oh, wrong one. Wicked. It works! Whee! So that's top loop 1. Top loop 2 is empty. Top loop 3. Let's just test it. That's the return. That's the send. There we go. Top loop 3 was in number 6. Oh, there's something's broken. Let's just double check that I haven't done that wrong. Is it 6? That should be 6. So something's not happy camper there. So that one will need fiddling around again. Ah, there. Oh, what's that? Is that Ziggy? My phone battery's about to run out, but here's my dog's here. Hey, come here, Six. Up, up, up. There we go. Look here, Ziggy. Say hello to the camera. Look up here, Six. Look up there. Look. Hey, you gonna come play guitar? Do you? Hey, she just wants to go and play pine cones, don't you? Hey? Aren't you a good girl? Hey? Look at you, happy dog. Okay, hop down. Down. Hop down. Come on. Yeah. She's not sure what to make of the amplifier. Something's definitely not right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's see if the other one works, which was in 8. Okay. What's wrong, Ziggy? You don't like it loud? I've got to say that con. Ah, it's frozen again. Sorry, my phone battery's about to die, so at some point in the very near future this stream will close. In fact, I probably should close it now and finish tidying up this mess. This pedal, fantastic. Forgotten how really good it is. Anyway, so now I've got to go and figure out trouble out shooting that. If you've got any questions, you can ask them right now, and I'm going to go and check for a few seconds this thing before I disappear. finish wiring the looper and check that problem. So over to the questions panel. You need Daniel to sort out your pedal board. Yes, probably Daniel can help me sort out my pedal board. What's the device at the front of the case? This thing, this is the Gig Rig G2, so a switching system, so that it means I don't have to actually hit the pedals there, and I can switch multiple ones and not so much change the order, but does all sorts of clever things. Bring the dog walks back. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that. Just woke up and be in your studio. Am I just dreaming? Yes, you're in my studio, dude. Yes, that's a wiring diagram on my arm, Paul. It's a 59 Fender Bassman. Cheers, brother Gilbert. Yay. Still working. The stream just finished. Okay. I think that needs to be it for today, because literally my phone's gonna die. So I hope this was in some way interesting for you. I will do more videos, of course, featuring this very fine pedal board. The pedal board is from Schmidt Array. If you haven't seen one before, it's like all of the cool kids are playing them. I was feeling a bit left out, and I'm planning to do some more of the kind of pedal reviewy sort of thing, so I wanted to get a nice little board sorted out like this, with a nice clear top shelf with all of the goodies hidden underneath. Oh, he says. There we go. And yes, I can. I need to figure out a nice way of doing those cabling though. So that's the idea, is I've got my favourites living down here for things like comparisons. Probably that Klon's going to end up down here actually, because that's really a great pedal. And then, yeah, that's the plan. So hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you for plenty more proper normal lessons very soon. Like I said, I'm just having a bit of a mad time, spending a bit of time with my family before they go away, and preparing to make a record, which I'm super looking forward. My bestie Owen is over from LA. He's a producer, and again, we'll be doing plenty more of this sort of live streamy stuff of the whole process of the writing, the recording, production, how it all goes. Haven't decided yet. I might toying with the idea of doing that as a Patreon thing. Don't know whether to just broadcast it or whether to make people sponsor it and then you get the record at the end. Haven't decided yet. Still thinking about it. Anyway, I better say bye before the camera runs out. I've said bye about 100 times, so let me just hit that.